Good morning, guys. We are starting out with another freeze warning out there this morning. Some of us, like areas in Springfield, have that frost advisory, but both go until 9 a.m. where we're still finding some risk to any blooming or cold sensitive plants out there this morning. Lots of sunshine, though. Beautiful clear skies. It's 32 degrees in Springfield on south and southwest winds at 8 miles per hour. It's 33 degrees in Harrison, 34 in Branson, and 34 degrees to start in Monette. Winds are out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and these southerly winds are going to help us finally get rid of some of that chill through the day today. So we'll have a mostly sunny day, a little bit chilly. If you're waiting for delivery, your packages will be dry. There's a small shower chance by this afternoon. Maybe 1 or 2 showers could pop up as a front gets closer, but most of us stay dry. Temperatures will be a little bit warmer than they were yesterday at 58 degrees. That's still below our average of 67. So mostly sunny out there. Again, maybe a shower or two. That chance will be healthiest in central Missouri. We'll have some temperatures in the upper 30s overnight tonight. It's not quite as cold, and we should be frost-free. Warmer 60s tomorrow, an increase in clouds and breezy southerly winds. We'll have some gusts up to 30 miles per hour with the increasing clouds on Thursday. That comes ahead of rain arriving Thursday night into Friday. We'll have some chilly showers around on Friday, so that kind of stops that warming trend for a little bit with temperatures chilly in the 40s. Then we'll get back into the middle and upper 60s by the weekend and into early next week. For the overnight lows, mostly frost free with the exception of Saturday morning. Saturday morning we could find lows back in the middle 30s, which could pose a risk to the plants. Otherwise, we'll find some warmer overnight lows through the rest of the 7-day forecast. Again, sunshine today and a little bit warmer at 58 degrees. Joe, Lauren.
As always, we want to keep you updated on the most recent COVID-19 numbers. Missouri now has more than 4,600 positive cases. Unfortunately, that includes 133 deaths. Arkansas is nearing 1,500 cases now and reporting 32 deaths. Looking at Greene County, there are 80 confirmed cases and 8 people have died. It's not all bad, though. As the number of cases rise, so do the number of recoveries. Missouri does not update daily recovery numbers, but Arkansas is reporting 444 recoveries. Locally, we know 41 patients in Greene County have also recovered.
The birth of a child can trigger powerful emotions from excitement to anxiety, but can also possibly result in depression. Nigel McDonald spoke to health experts and joins us this morning in studio with ways to manage postpartum during the coronavirus outbreak. Nigel, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Joe. Roughly 1 in 5 women will develop postpartum depression. However, experts say there are steps that women can take to optimize their mental health and thrive in the face of COVID-19. Now, pediatrician Dr. Laura Waters says to set realistic expectations. She says to talk to your partner and other family members about your symptoms so they can check in on you. She says to get out and get some natural vitamin D when possible, remembering to keep your social distance. She says if you do have a partner, now is a perfect time to say tag you're it and allow yourself to have some me time and self-care moments.
Setting those realistic expectations and recognizing that everybody's different, everybody's going to do things differently. I think it's important to talk with your partner and your family about your symptoms so that they can help you watch and monitor to make sure that things are getting better instead of worsening.
Well, if you don't have anyone to be in the delivery room with you, the Doula Foundation has doulas who can be present as your one approved person. Now, the CEO, Kimberly Costello, says the group is also starting a free Daddy Doulas virtual class today, focused on empowering birth partners to support their loved one through pregnancy, labor, birth, and postpartum. Now, you can visit our website at ozarksfirst.com for a complete list of the Doulas Foundation's services and support.
Nigel McDonald this morning, thank you. The stay-at-home order for Springfield and Greene County is set to expire in 10 days, but leaders will rely on testing data before making a decision about lifting or extending it. Greene County Health Department Director Clay Goddard says testing restrictions will be eased. Currently, you need to have multiple symptoms, a cough, shortness of breath, and a fever, along with a doctor's referral to get tested. Goddard says starting now, though, you'll need just one of those 3 symptoms and the referral. He says that data will be crucial in figuring out our next steps when it comes to the Greene County stay-at-home order. Once again, that's set to expire April 25th.
This week, we are and will continue to meet with community leaders across a variety of sectors as we look to build a strategy for the next phase of our community's response and recovery from COVID-19. As we prepare for moving into a recovery phase, we recognize that we must have good data to drive our decision making.
Goddard says when things open back up, it will come in phases, but says staying the course of physical distancing is going to get us back to normal faster than anything else.
Going around the region, Missouri airports will be receiving help from the Department of Transportation. In total, $152.5 million will be handed out at 2 Missouri airports as part of the Airport Improvement Program. Now, these funds are to help maintain operations while dealing with the current pandemic. The Springfield-Branson National Airport will be given almost $10 million.
Face masks are not the only item needed during this ongoing public health concern. Nasal swabs used for COVID-19 tests are in short supply, so workers in one profession are stepping up. Dentists are getting involved since so many of them already own 3D printers used to make fittings for dentistry work. Dr. Corey Kierkegaard is among the Kansas dentists who will be reimbursed by the state for using liquid resin to make the swabs, which are inserted into coronavirus patients' noses to collect cultures.
Inches or so tall or long, and they'll take about 24 hours to print 300 or so of them.
The doctor says he hopes to deliver the first batch of swabs to state officials next week.
Now, a field hospital in Brazil received the first patients with COVID-19. The hospital is expected to have a total of 150 beds in the next few days to deal with the crisis in the health system that the local government recognized is near collapsing. The health unit will only treat people infected with the coronavirus. And the Cathedral of Notre Dame is still in tough shape with a web of twisted scaffolding 1 year after a fire burned its interior and toppled its spire. The restoration of the landmark has stopped and workers sent home because of France's coronavirus lockdown that started last month. French President Emmanuel Macron says that he wants to see the cathedral reopen in time for the 2024 Olympic Games, which are in Paris, but this pandemic and other setbacks have delayed that progress.
Couple of traffic alerts for you this morning. MoDOT plans to have the intersections of Farm Road 157 and Steiner Road on Route 160 open by mid to late of the day today. Crews have been working on new traffic patterns in those areas as part of the 160 intersection improvements. Also along 160 in Nixa, the intersections at Tracker and Northview are set to open up today. Both were closed in mid-February to allow crews to make improvements there. Although the intersection will be open, drivers can expect one northbound lane of Route 160 at North Tracker Road to be closed for pavement work.
Well, we want to remind everyone we are all in this together, and one way to show that is with this picture here. Now, this was posted by the Springfield Discovery Center. They are currently operating as an emergency child care center for healthcare workers and first responders. Now, one of the kids at the center was in need of some bigger shoes, but it was too late to add them to the center's online Walmart order. Well, here's where James stepped in, this guy right here. When he heard that the child needed shoes, he sprung into action and bought them with his own money and gave them to the Discovery Center. Great job, James. Now, don't forget, if you have something that shows the idea of In This Together, send us an email to inthistogether@color10.com.
Those always put a smile on our face. We also want to show you what's coming up this morning after Daybreak.
Coming up, we'll talk to the CDC director about how we'll know when it's time to reopen the country. Plus, jazz great Wynton Marsalis reflects on the loss of his father and how he's helping out-of-work musicians. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
All right, the top trend on Twitter right now that we're talking about is the World Health Organization. The president is actually pulling the United States money from that while there's an investigation over the WHO's handling of the coronavirus.
The president has said that the funding halt will happen while that review is going on. He said that the WHO's role in severely mismanaging and covering up the spread of the coronavirus is what he wants to get to the bottom of.
That's right. He's been a little critical of that for a little bit, so they want to really look into it and see. And then if they deem that they like the results, then they'll give that funding back.
We also have another big trend happening in Chicago. Lisa, it's been cold here, but they have winter weather in Chicago.
Yeah, the snow has been pretty light. I haven't seen any reports over an inch, but you do get accidents with that little bit of slip layer. So there's a 50-car pileup on a major highway in Chicago right now from that very light snow.
50 cars. That's
Yeah.
gotta be tough.
So this is the CBS Chicago station there. This is their website. And as you scroll down, you'll see some embedded tweets from the Chicago Fire Department and some photos from the scene there. And I saw that about a dozen people were taken to the hospital and more than 30 others were checked out but are okay.
All right, always got to be careful out there. We got to be careful and bundle up one more time this morning, right?
Yeah, more freeze warnings this morning. We'll have some sunshine this afternoon with that temperature at 58 degrees. Warmer 60s on Thursday and then chilly rain on Friday.
All right, everyone, thank you for starting your Wednesday morning with us here on Daybreak. Leave you with a nice sunrise here today.